We're live. It is the Kent Beck Scrum, no less. It's a Friday. We have Alex and Raphael and myself. I will go first for a change. Pat and I were kind of doing a DevOps pairing, working on MediaWiki stuff, and we both got a MediaWiki extension working each on 2 different servers, which was, I think, both of them really well. I think his was less painful than mine, but then I would say that. We did. I did finally manage to get the emails all hooked up. It's still not clear to me whether we can use our own servers for this NHS project, but at least what I've unblocked myself on now is that I can get screenshots of all of the different sequences of, creating an account, confirming an account, moderation, and so on. So I can build the training documentation that I will be using next Tuesday and following Tuesday when we are training people how to use the system. So yeah, that's reasonable progress. Anything else to report or blocking me? No, I think that's basically it. We've got the website 1 kickoff meeting coming up after this. That's pretty much myself. Alex, how are things going with you?
I've been mostly involved in website 1 configuration, and I think that it's fine now. I will start to explore other set of issues and find out a task to work on, and that's all.
Great, wonderful. Thanks, Alex. Raphael, how are things going with you?
Good, thanks. We're still a little stuck on this VM stuff on Azure. So I didn't meet with Matt today, but we'll meet again at the start of the new week. And I've put in, last night I put in a PR. I just cleaned up the fix I'd done. The fix was already working, so I just cleaned up the code.
Right.
And plugged it in. It would be good if, especially the one that addresses, there's a couple of PRs I've opened recently. It would be good if the one that I opened last night be merged in. Also, I asked a question about it on the channel regarding, because I wrote a helper function in the test, and I don't know if that's how you're supposed to do things. I mean, obviously you don't want to repeat yourself, but how do you then test a test, or do you need to worry about that, or
right?
What are the dangers of that? So
sure. Yes. I mean, I've got both those up there. Yes. Yeah. So I guess a couple of different blocks there. Anything else?
I think I should move on to doing some logging. So for the moment, like, the problem we're having with Azure is that because we don't know exactly where it's going wrong, because we don't know, and we can't get any feedback from it. Having said that, on the Docu VM, I don't know where logs would be even kept or how to add them. So yeah, that's where I'm at.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think that's our Scrum. I think so. We've got it's another 5-10 minutes before we need to go to the website on kickoff. I guess we might. Oh, but Matt is here as well. I was going to say let's just have a quick look at the async voter thing, but Matt is here. Hey, Matt, how you doing?
Hi, good. I'm in my car, so.
Oh, okay.
Can you hear me?
We can. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead. Okay. Yeah. Do you want to give your report?
Let's see. Nothing. I'm on the road, so nothing since last Scrum. So. I guess,
okay. Well, yeah, I think you did give your presentation at Craft Academy. It sounds like it went.
Oh,
well.
That's right. That went well. I sent you a little note, but I think everything was fine.
Yeah, great, well done.
You get some sign-ups for that, and I told them to say hi, and
absolutely
was going to guide them, I guess.
Yeah, we've been talking to him about that.
A mentor, so.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. That really appreciate you taking the time to do that, sure. Matt. Hugely beneficial, and also very pleasing this week. Is seeing how many people have taken on your little, your icon badge. When I now look down my list of people I've been talking to recently, in the Slack. Well, I guess you might not be able to see this because you're on your phone and so on. I'm sharing my screen here, but this is partly so Alex and Raphael can see it. You can see here all the different people displaying their little icons here to indicate if they're a mentor or a premium member or a premium plus member or a mob member or what have you. So yeah, great work on that, Matt.
Sure.
Good stuff. Okay. Well, we were just going to maybe spend a moment looking at some of these issues for the async voter, where this was me after the thing had propagated, installing the what's it called, the SSL, which now seems to be working. Like we can go to the SSL here, and that all seems okay. You were just asking about logs, Raphael, and I think there's a docu logs command. No, if we specify, so like Heroku, I think we get there. So this is the logs, right?
Okay, so that's going to be like the console log and console air.
Yeah. I mean, basically, if you were doing it's the same as doing Heroku logs, and so we can see that that's the initial startup of the system. So I think, but yeah, in principle, you know, you could be putting, you know, like additional stuff in, and we could be deploying that, and then potentially helping us debug the different bits and pieces. I'll just put that into the Slack as well. It is frustrating that it's not working after we've done so. But I in the previous Scrum, I enabled Matt so that he's a collaborator on the item, and I went round changing all of the links in the Slack configuration of async voter to be the HTTPS.
Right.
But yeah, go on.
Sorry, I just noticed you do that. That's all.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, we're still getting, I mean, this is the error here, 503 service error. But I wonder if that's coming from Slack rather than us. I mean, what we don't have here is good insight into where in the chain of, like, presumably Slack is sending this off to some endpoint. But so if I go here and we do logs again, oh, come on. Like so. I mean, we've got no indication that this has been touched, right?
It's just giving a timestamp.
Yeah, I mean, basically there, I mean, like, this is giving us the timestamp of like 20, that's yesterday, that this was on yesterday. I mean, I guess we can restart it, and presumably we would see the log updates. No, how do we restart the whole thing? What I see was PS restart. Do you remember the restart command? There we go. PS restart, async, voter, staging. It's not impossible, I guess, that restarting this, having made all the other changes, might actually be the thing that allows it to work. But I wouldn't hold my breath. But I just want to see that the logs do actually update with a different date, and that the logs are kind of working. Attempting for waiting for 10 seconds. Wonderful. There we go. Let's just see what the logs look like now.
The logs are looking much better.
So that, well, the logs now, yeah, it's hitting that's clearly, the logs are clearly updating, but then if I run another test, yeah, I mean, what disturbs me is that, you know, we get this, the 503 service error, but the logs are not showing that somebody tried to hit it and got a 503.
Exactly. That's been exactly my problem.
Right. Although you didn't know where the logs were until now.
I didn't know where the logs were, but I also knew what was being logged from the code.
Oh, right. Right. And your issue is that there's a lack of logging in the code. So maybe there. Yeah. So have you got a pull request in that's got more log items in it?
not directly, but I've put in an issue just to say there should be more logging. I think every time an error may be encountered, there should be a log. Every time an action happens,
totally,
there should be a log.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that that's probably higher priority than any other pull request that's like refactoring things at the moment.
Like, we don't know what the cannot get is. So, like, why I can't get that? It could be the fact that this one I think we would expect, because you have to post to the actions. I was just checking. What I'm just doing is I'm copying over the URLs that we've got in the Slack thing to see if they're actually, I haven't like got a spelling mistake or something in them that just these are the two endpoints, and they're both kind of responsive. So it feels like we will either need a Resh's input or like more logging about any kind of errors before we can get any further with this. So that sounds like the priority. I think definitely more logging. Would be helpful.
Good show. All right. Cool. Yeah. Well, if you can get a PR with more logging in, I'll try and make sure that gets approved ASAP. I think that's our Scrum. What I'll do is probably stop that there, and I'll create a new hangout for the website one kickoff. And anybody who's interested in that website one kickoff can join me there. Yeah, does that sound good?
Thanks, Sam.
Nice one. Have a great weekend, everybody. If I don't see you, otherwise see you in the next one. Woohoo. Bye for now.